Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Maggie, you're watching Troll Bros, and welcome to what is, in my opinion, 5 of the greatest weapon mods ever made for Fallout 4. Now, for those of you who have been keeping track of the channel for some time now, you might have already seen me showcase a bunch of these mods. In which case, feel free to stick around and relive the autism of days past. First up, at number 5 we have the Chiappa Triple Threat Triple Barrel Shotgun mod by Doombased. Now usually when you see a man carrying around a shotgun, you're gonna assume he wants something dead. But not just bullet for the head dead, probably more like filling their entire body up with hot lead dead. But you know what? There is a special word for people who use single barrel or even dual barrel shotguns. And that word is fucking pussies. Why stop at 2 barrels? Why not go for 3? Oh fuck it, why not even go for 10? Well, the Chiappa Triple Threat is the first step to that, since it does add an incredibly well-made, lore-friendly triple barrel shotgun into the Commonwealth. Now, as I have previously mentioned, this weapon can be vastly customized. For example, you could vastly improve the base damage by improving the receiver. Pick between one out of 2 stocks, one slightly lighter and the other greatly reducing recoil. Slap a scope on it, why don't ya? Add a muzzle attachment, and even pick the camo of your weapon. Some looking pretty decent and pretty wasteland themed, and others looking, like a zebra just came all over your gun. And if that doesn't do it for ya, the mod maker even gave you the opportunity to switch between various bullet types, so you could really customize this gun to what you want it to be. Be it a basic shell, a slug, an incendiary round, or even an explosive round. Now these do actually work pretty well, although a possible bug I might have found is that the explosive rounds do not work if you have the silencer equipped. This might be a bug, or this might be a feature. In any case, it goes great with Fallout 4's general buggy atmosphere. And since this is a Doom-based weapon, he has not only put an outrageous amount of details into customizing the weapon itself, but also in the way it looks and feels in Fallout 4. This definitely looks like the type of weapon that could be found in the wasteland, and definitely looks badass enough for certain mercenaries or raiders or even certain Brotherhood of Steel paladins to use it. And since it does pack quite a punch, it is pretty fun to use. A slight note though, if you are going to be using the explosive rounds, you might want to be a bit careful, so you don't blatantly just blow your cock right off. And to actually find the gun yourself, it has been added to the level lists, meaning it spawns on raiders and gunners, and so on and so forth. But if you want a special version of the weapon, it can actually be found in the combat zone in a locker of some sort. And to test out the weapon itself, I thought I'd test it against some of the most dangerous creatures in all of Fallout 4. A flock of harmless poultry. Or even the more dangerous version of it, the dreaded low frame rate horde of feathered cocks. Upcock in 5.3 seconds or never have good frame rate again. Next up, at number 4, we have the STG-60 by Davis 237834. Now this looks like your modern day assault rifle, possibly a pre-war weapon, possibly something the Enclave might use. It may just be that emblem, but this gun definitely gives me an Enclave-ish vibe. I've seen multiple weapon mods over the course of the past weeks, months, maybe even years. And this one is without a doubt one of those weapons that you just take a good hard look at and decide that, yep, I'm touching myself at the image of this tonight. The STG-60 can be found throughout the wasteland, on gunners, merchants and even settlers, apparently. Now you may be asking yourself, why would I need another weapon mod? I've got like fucking 50 or something. Are you not a true patriot? Do you not have a tattoo of a bald eagle on your fucking forehead? Do you not piss red, white and blue? No? Just me? God, I hope it's not syphilis again. Now, the STG-60 is one of the least customizable guns I found on the Fallout Nexus. On most weapons you could improve the receiver increasing its damage, but on this one you cannot increase the base damage. The only thing the weapon allows you to do is switch between automatic and semi-automatic modes. And for the rest, it's not all that customizable. You do have a bit of variety, but not all that much. For example, you could choose 1 out of 2 receivers, 1 out of 2 magazine lengths, up to 3 different scopes, and even 4 muzzle attachments, all made from scratch and looking, well, pretty good if I do say so myself. Now, if you're worried about the battle capabilities of this weapon, you've got a reason to be. For example, the base damage of the automatic weapon is somewhat low. I mean, it looks like it could even hurt a fucking infant. But if you take into account the insanely high fire rate of the automatic mode, you can see it's somewhat well balanced. Well, no, it's not. It's actually kind of overpowered. Just look at the gun chew up those fucking raiders. A gun like this could shred multiple infants, not just one. Now, I've pointed out some very good reasons why to download this mod, but you know what would make this weapon even more fucking badass? Goddamn Nazis! If you yourself are a full-blown, straight-up fucking Nazi and just want to portray that fact in some way, shape or form, you can do it with the help of this gun, because the mod maker has also made a Nazi retexture. Now, this might partially be because the weapon was inspired by the Wolfenstein franchise, or because German science is the greatest in the world. And at number 3, we have the RU-556 Assault Rifle mod, made by FXOXO1. Do you enjoy deadly assault rifles? Fantastically made meshes, and/or textures, and shooting super mutants in the dick? Well then, sit your ass down and prepare to vomit all over yourself in delight, because this might just be the mod for you. Now, the RU-556 is your basic standard assault rifle, which utilizes 5.56 rounds as ammunition. It can be found for all out the Commonwealth and has been added to the level lists, meaning it can spawn on gunners as well as traders as soon as you hit level 25. Now, while this weapon might just look astonishing with its fantastically made meshes and almost superfluous textures, which come in both 2K and 4K resolutions, it may not be the most lore-friendly, seeing as how Fallout 4's weapon aesthetics are kind of that of the 1920s, 1960s, and this weapon does look subsequently more modern than that. Then again, is this really the face of someone who is concerned with keeping things lore-friendly? Unlike most vanilla and/or modded weapons, the RU-556 has an insane amount of customization you could choose from. For example, a wide plethora of receivers, vastly increasing damage dealt, as well as you could even switch to semi-automatic mode, if you're into that kind of thing, you sick fucking freak! You can choose between 4 various stock options, and when it comes to magazines, you do have an insane amount of variety to choose between. Not satisfied yet? Oh hell, just stick 1 of 2 suppressors on it. The RU-556 is not only limited to vanilla-themed customizations, but you can also change the camo of it, as well as add 3 possible attachments. The first one and the most mundane one being a grip which greatly reduces recoil. And if that doesn't do it for you, you could even add a fucking laser pointer on it, which is ideal when you want to fuck with the enemy's sight moments before you shoot them in the fucking eyeball. As well as you can even duct tape a flashlight to the side of your gun, which actually functions instead of your Pip-Boy flashlight, and looks pretty fucking cool. I do really like the color of it, as well as it does keep things a little more lore-friendly, I guess you would say, seeing as how the Pip-Boy light just emits light into every and any fucking direction. Now, while this might not be the most lore-friendly weapon, the general aesthetics and incredibly high attention to detail does kinda make up for that fact, as well as the additional modifiers. Do you have trouble getting it up? Well, when using a weapon such as this, with its incredible aesthetics, almost dangerously high rate of fire, and that fucking laser pointer, merely touching this gun should do it for you. And they've actually got a disclaimer here, I'm just gonna... Be warned when using this gun, since it may induce erections that persists for days, weeks, months or even years, in which case it may even get to the point where the majority of your blood has rushed to your penis and you might just kinda pass out and die of blood loss. But hey, at least you'll die with a smile on your face, this gun in your hand, and an erection the size of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh my god, anybody but The Rock, know your role and shut your mouth!
You know what's green, mentally impaired, and stands no fucking chance against this weapon? I'll let you guys figure that out. In the meantime, enjoy some footage of me mowing down some super mutants. Have you figured it out yet? That is right, it is a Shrek 2 on DVD. Nearing the end here, at number 2, we have the China Lake and Holorifle mod, made by Shoe Burglar, Hitman 47101 and 500 SLR. Do you enjoy high quality weaponry, blowing up kids and or Robocop's penis? Well, in that case, this just might be the mod for you. The China Lake and Holorifle mod essentially adds 2 brand new weapons into the Commonwealth, straight out of Fallout New Vegas, with brand new animations, brand new meshes, textures, and even a few interesting new functions. The first one being the China Lake, which is essentially a pump-action grenade launcher, which is great for when you just want to chuck a few grenades into your neighbor's house without being seen, because his dog just keeps on shitting in your flower pots. And the second one being an energy-based, plasma-themed sniper rifle, very similar to the Gauss rifle. And truly, without a doubt, these are one of the best weapons I've ever seen made for Fallout 4. This is one of those weapons that was made with such a high degree of attention to detail, it is literally guaranteed to get you laid. I mean, just stick your head out the window and yell at the top of your lungs, "Hey world, I'm using the Holorifle mod!" And just watch women line up in your bedroom. These weapons can be found throughout the Commonwealth, on NPCs, on merchants, and the mod maker even added 2 legendary versions of each weapon that can be found throughout the Commonwealth. Now, these are just the kind of weapons that will occasionally make you stop your game and just kinda admire them. I mean, just look at those high quality textures and almost superfluously made meshes. I mean, just look at that muzzle. It looks exactly like how I would imagine Robocop's Holorifle looks like. I mean, it's not like I spend time at night just thinking about Robocop's dick. All that much. Regarding customization, these weapons can be quite heavily modified. The Holorifle's receiver can be switched between 2 types, one being essentially a silenced, less accurate version of the original one, but the base damage kinda persists. You can later improve the stock, switch around the scope, some being long-ranged, some being short-ranged, or even add a muzzle attachment, some of which look pretty fucking cool if I do say so myself. And for the China Lake, the modifications are pretty similar, the only difference is that you are somewhat more limited when it comes to scopes. You get to choose between different versions of muzzle attachments, which also look like Robocop's dick. And the receiver system works completely differently. Instead of just silencing the weapon, you actually get to determine its ammunition, which are basically grenades, but you kinda get to choose which type of grenades. Now, these grenades can actually be crafted at the camp station, as well as they can be found on NPCs throughout the wasteland. And since this is a grenade launcher, you do have some pretty devastating options to fiddle around with. The main one being the Little Boy, which is essentially, well, a shotgun-sized mini-nuke launcher, which basically launches mini-nuke grenades, obliterating anything and everything you shoot at. Now, to demonstrate how these weapons would handle in combat, I thought I'd pit them against a group of vaping robo-brains.
To the top where I thought I'd find a hunk of rock that'd make it click just like I'd read about Vernon Pick. On the second day I made the top, and I'm telling you, Steve, I was ready to stop. The only clicking that I heard that day was the bones in my back.
As you can see, the Holorifle is not as accurate nor as powerful as you would want it to be, so occasionally you're just going to have to clean up a few mini-nukes.
With a Geiger counter.
And at number 1, we have the weapon from yesterday's video, the FN P90 by the Shiny Hexorus. Do you enjoy fantastically made weapons, incredible augmentation, custom animations and whatnot? Well, if so, gentlemen, prepare to unzip your pants, take off your man-thongs and ready those erections, because the FN P90 is exactly that and oh so much more. Now, the FN P90 is an incredibly highly detailed submachine gun added into the Commonwealth. Now, while its apparel and backstory might not make the most sense, the mod maker has added his own lore as well as an Institute skin, making this weapon 100% lore friendly, as well as it has been added to the leveled lists, meaning it spawns through all out the Commonwealth as soon as you hit a certain level, seeing as how this gun can be quite overpowered. Now, I know I've said this on multiple occasions while showcasing multiple other weapons, but this gun is without doubt the greatest weapon that will ever be made for Fallout 4. You can quote me on that. for like the third time this month. And I mean, just look at how well this gun handles against the group of fucking chickens. I could barely refrain from touching myself while recording this video. The FN P90 comes packed with a whole bunch of custom meshes, custom textures, custom animations, and even a few unique, nifty little functions to go with its unique style. Ever since I started watching Westworld, I just had an abnormally freaky fetish for P90s. I mean, especially that last scene, that's just the shit. And seeing that weapon implemented in Fallout 4, by far one of the most Westworldy video games I know of to date, it made my penis go off like a fucking firecracker. And by that I mean it literally caught fire and exploded. I mean, when playing with a gun like this, I am going to spend most of my time just admiring the gun and stroking it and licking it, as well as trying to masturbate with the pool of blood formerly known as my penis. Now, in yesterday's video I mentioned that the FAMAS is one of the most customizable weapons ever made. Well, in less than 24 hours, the FNP90 completely shattered that record with an outrageous amount of customization. For example, you could change the receiver, but instead of increasing or decreasing the damage, you literally change the way this gun functions, as well as, I guess, its main mesh, changing between factory mode, hardened mode, and even institute mode that shoots fucking laser beams. I mean, holy fucking shit. Extend the magazine, choose from an insanely high variety of scopes. Slap a fucking suppressor on it, some of which look incredibly badass and are even fucking Japanese. Add a goddamn tactical attachment, for example a fully functioning flashlight. As well as a fully functioning flashlight. Not enough for you? Well, you could even change the ammunition type from 10mm, .38 and even .45, as well as determine which type of rounds this gun uses, be they hollow point, AETMJ, green-tipped, incendiary, or even incendiary radar rounds, whatever the fuck that means. Make your gun look even more badass by giving it a
dog dick
red camo. Add a fucking grip to it. Think we're done? Not even close. Add a shroud, whatever the fuck that means. Blue tape? You betcha. Or, you know what? Fuck it. Just straight up increase the goddamn damage it does. Regardless of which stage of gameplay you are in, this gun can actually fit them all, because as I have previously mentioned, you can just literally increase the damage it does. Meaning you could scale this gun with your character as you progress through the game. Now, while there are some clipping issues here and there, for the most part this is a spectacularly made gun. And I mean, just look at those goddamn textures. I'm just thinking about them and I'm already at half-mast. Do you really need posters of pin-up girls or Pornhub when you can just masturbate to the side of this gun? I mean, yeah, it might get a little bit weird when people start asking why I'm masturbating to Fallout 4. Again. Also, why the hell are you in the public library? But that is besides the point, just show them a picture of this gun and show them what you're all about. And I think the best enemy to pit this gun against would be a group of fucking dog people. Who coincidentally control Congress. If for some odd reason you actually enjoyed watching this video and would like to watch more, then subscribe to the channel. As always, my name is Magi, you've been watching Trollin' Bros. Until next time guys, I'll see ya!